Ranthambhore, the westernmost part of the world, having a tigers. It is one of the park you can assure the sightings in all the times. We try to educate them with the efforts of conserving the tiger. Actually, this area is isolated. Right now, we have very good population and more than the capacity. This entire Chambal landscape will be developed as a tiger reserve. We have already done many tigers translocation from this area to Sariska, Ramgarh, Vistari. It is a successful program.
Since you've been working so long in this particular field, what are the peculiarities that you faced in Ranthambhore Tiger Reserve only?
Thanks for the opportunity, and I welcome you to this well-famous tiger reserve. Ranthambhore is actually the westernmost part of the world having tigers, and it is having the habit of Aravalli part as well as Vindhyan part, and having varied habitat types. For example, it is having woodland, it is having pasture, it is having water bodies, it is having riverlets, it is having open area. So all the type of habitats available for best suitable, which are best suitable for tiger ecology and life cycle.
Okay.
And it is one of the park you can assure the sightings in all the times. Most of the times people used to go for good sightings. So in a year we used to receive minimum about 5 lakh people we used to receive.
Okay.
And it's a good that we have a lot of wildlife lovers as well as the general tourists, and we try to educate them with the efforts of conserving the tiger as per our NTCA guidelines as well as the TCP. We used to call the Tiger Conservation Plan.
Okay.
A scientific management document.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, what would be a rough estimate of the number of tigers that are inside in the current times?
It's about 80 and above, 80 to 84.
Okay.
And recently we had lot of cubs.
Mm-hmm.
All tigers, 5 tigers are having cubs. So it is not included so far. So it will be given IDs after 2 years after becoming adult. So otherwise its lives are not confirmed because of internal fights, space availability. So mortality will be the natural mortality with the infight. Many times we will lose. The successfully we will get only 25 to 40% of the survival.
And whenever we do the tiger counting, do we include in the census? Do we include the tigers which are like below 2.5 years, or only the ones that are?
We include only the IDs given.
Oh, then it has to be adults.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the key challenges that you face in maintaining Ranthambhore?
Actually, the challenge is this area is isolated from any other part of the tiger land connection. That's a big issue. But right now we have very good population and more than the capacity. So now we are overpopulated. So we need to focus the dispersal of the animal through proper corridor. So the corridor improvement and development is the challenge now. The first challenge. And the local villagers most of them are depend on the forest area for their fodder. So we need to address their needs through proper channels. So we are trying our best to address them through EDC, fodder development in their own land.
EDC
and
is?
Eco Development Committees. And their cattle's improvement and vaccination. And whatever thing possible, even in agriculture, we advise them to go for organic farming and reducing the pesticides and the fungicides. So these are kind of activity we are taking up.
So Ranthambhore has been in the history for a long while now. But in this scenario, what are the areas that still need active management by the department?
Again, coming to the overpopulation is the main issue now. So we need to develop the corridor.
Okay.
And the natural dispersal of the animal is the better choice than translocating them from the source population to the other historically tiger present area. So this management activity is very much focused at present.
Okay.
And we are doing the translocation also, and we are improving and developing the existing corridors also on
Okay.
both sides, northern and southern sides of the park. And this entire Chambal landscape will be developed as a tiger reserve, all
Okay.
landscape. And the recent time we have declared 2 tiger reserve. One is actually Ramgarh Visdari, another one is down south, and another one is the northern side. It's a Dholpur tiger reserve. So it is in the same landscape we have already Mugundra Hills Tiger Reserve also.
Yes.
So we designate, we want to develop the entire landscape into a tiger landscape.
Okay, so all these parks will be connected.
Yeah.
Are they still connected, or they are
It is still connected, but the corridor links are not properly improved or developed. That's why the natural dispersal is very less. So we will focus the development of these corridors, and then we expect that animal will naturally disperse those areas.
Okay.
Already we had a record of a dispersal through these corridors. So we want to focus those areas still better.
Being tourists, this is something that always kind of comes to our mind, because that keeps on happening. Like, we see people patrolling, and there are forest guards who are like always working to make things better, and the senior department also. But tourism, is that an advantage as per for the department, or it's more like a trouble?
Tourism is having pros and cons.
Yeah.
I'll let you know the pros, because the tourism help us in a tourism area to monitor.
Right.
So those areas we don't have any poaching issues, and any the grazing, heavy grazing or something like that. We don't have any much biotic interference in that area, except the presence of human beings in the wildlife habitat for a brief period of time. So we expect this to be properly addressed in coming days.
Okay.
This will be a good part of our management.
And what is the negative side of, like, what are the cons of tourism?
Actually, most of them are general tourists, not wildlife enthusiasts. So we need to educate them. That we have to develop a orientation center. Let them educate first, then before going to the park. So we are trying on that part, and in future we will develop a small center, and we will take the guests and then educate them first how to behave inside the parks, and less disturbance to the animals.
So since we see that there are 2 new tiger parks coming around Ranthambhore, or already declared around Ranthambhore, are there any plans to translocate any tiger from Ranthambhore to these parks?
Yeah, whenever the animal is becoming adult, so we expect that it has to develop a instinct to go to through their corridor. If it has not happened, there is a only solution that we translocate the animal. We have already done many tigers translocation from this area to Sariska, Ramgarh Vistari, Mugundra Hills tigers. In 3 tiger reserve, we have transferred about 15 tigers already. And
successful?
Yeah, successful translocation. Sariska is now, we translocated about 12 tigers only, but it's about 30 tigers. It is getting a good habitat for tiger. It is a successful program. It's the first tiger translocated in the country from Ranthambhore. Ranthambhore is the model for this kind of conservation activities also.
Right, that's great. Let's talk a little bit about the tiger census, because a lot of people are interested in knowing how the tigers are counted and how they are named. So what is the process behind counting and numbering the tigers in Ranthambhore?
The tiger population estimation is to be taken place once in 2 years.
Okay.
Through camera traps. There is a process called a YAM stripe and pace for monitoring.
Okay.
We used to collect the data of the habitat as well as the animals.
Okay.
There are various procedures are there. In that main procedure, the camera traps. Individual tigers we used to capture in designated locations. All the tiger reserve area will be divided into different grids, and all the grids will have the camera traps properly placed.
Okay.
The camera trap records we used to take once in 2 years.
Okay.
Those data will be utilized for the tiger population assessment. Based on the population assessment, last year we have recorded last assessment 74 tigers, and last 2 years back, but now the population has risen about.
Okay. And how are they named? Like, we keep on hearing T20, T120 and all. How are they named exactly?
It's based on their chronology.
Okay.
When they first born, the earlier number is to be given.
Okay.
So the numbering is like that. The first will survive and becoming establish the habitat. We gave the name.
Okay, so
It's
simple
only
chronological name. Okay.
numbers only. We don't keep any individual particular name. We will give a ID. That's
Okay.
a T.
Right.
124, T84, like
Tiger
that. We used
84,
to, yeah,
Tiger. Okay.
yeah, that's all.
So the names that we keep on using, they are nowhere in the
No,
department.
we don't
right?
use any name like that. In the department and any management purpose, we don't use any name,
Makes sense.
whatever the tourists or any other guides are telling.
Right.
That's not right one, right practice scientifically.
A lot of wildlife enthusiasts might be watching this. College students, school students, and a lot of other people also who've been coming to the jungles for a long time. But as a tourist, as a wildlife lover, we keep on wondering that what we can do or we can contribute in our limited scope and sense to the jungle, to the forest. So, would you like to address them and tell them that what can they do?
My sincere request all of you as a wildlife enthusiast, keep less disturbance to the wildlife and its habitat as much as possible, and educate your relatives, friends, whosoever going to the parks, how to behave in the wild area, keep their disturbance less to help the animals be safe, and your safety also, first of all. Some of the area having dangerous animals. So before going any natural area or wildlife area, be aware of the existing natural resources and how to behave in that area. It's a very my sincere advice, and I request all your family members, even kids, you educate them in future. These are the speechless creatures, don't have any opportunity. The wildlife enthusiasts or people like the managers can do something betterment of their life.
Any comments or anything you would like to add what we've not covered, or any information you want to share from your own side?
Actually, Ranthambhore is actually rated, Tiger Reserve has been rated by the Government of India, NTCA, every 2 years. So in that assessment, Rajasthan, Ranthambhore is actually in 33rd rank.
Okay.
So we try to improve all the conditions and try to bring it to the number one.
Okay.
We are already number one in tourism aspect, but the other angle of the management and tiger conservation, we will be working hard towards keep our park to the number one.
What are the parameters? Just wanted to know.
They will assess all the kind of parameter of park management,
Okay.
right from habitat management, human resource management, and any wildlife related offenses, how we dealt, excess population management, all things counts for that.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That was very short, crisp, and very nice of you to actually educate all of us. I'm glad we did this. Thank you so much.